Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games. Here today to do a box opening for Marvel Crisis Protocol Earth Mightiest core set. Now this game here is a ton of fun, and this is hands down the best starter set for any miniature game. As we sit here, I'll flip this box open real quick. It's going to come with a bunch of Avengers and a bunch of bad guys. 13 miniatures, 16 bases, 25 terrain features, which is huge for if you ever played miniature games before. Your 12 character stats cards, your grunt card, your mission cards, a lot of punch sheet stuff, and your rule book, plus your dice, measuring tools, everything you need to play the game. This is a picture of what the studio painted miniatures will look like. All right, so let's get started. So here we are. We got our character cards, extra bags, got our dice set. And this here is going to be our mission cards I mentioned earlier, and our tactic cards, along with the grunt cards in there. This here's our bag of characters, along with our bases, our movement trays, movement measuring tools, and our range measuring tools. This here is our punch sheet with all the energy and damage you could possibly need. There's our rule book. This is our victory points and traction. One thing with Marvel Crisis Protocol, if somebody reaches 16 before we get to 6 turns, they win. And of course, the max is 6 turns, and highest wins. And this is our giant bag of terrain. I think we're going to look at the terrain first, and then into everything else. All right, so here's our terrain. We got 2 cars. This is going to be part of our dozer, which I believe there's 2 of. There's our second car part. There's some barriers. Got some gas cans. That's part of a dozer. That's another part of a dozer. And of course the rest of the dozer. So we've got 2 dozers. We've got 2 sets of light poles. And that's our gas station there. And we also got our dumpsters. Got 2 sets of trash dumpsters. So this here you get all the terrain from the original box. You got your dumpsters and your light poles and stoplights, and the 2 sets of cars, plus 2 dozers and a destroyed gas station. So that's going to be, really cool. A lot of terrain before you're getting started right out of the bat. Okay, next up we'll look at the character miniatures. All right, so here's our miniature sprues for our characters. There's the Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of details, you can tell. Captain Marvel, both her forms. All right, got Captain America there. His Mighty Shield. Winter Soldier. Natasha, our Black Widow. Lots of good Avengers. And over here, we're going to have our bad guy sprue. We got Doc Ock. Baron Zemo. Red Skull. Ultron and his minions. Crossbones. Oh, and there's the rest of Ultron. So Ultron's a whole lot of that sprue. Now to go along with that, of course, we have our character cards. Baron Zemo, threat 4 now. And he's actually the leader for Hydra. We got Ultron, Metal Tyrant. I'd like to note his concussion beam. Can get the glare quite off of it. But it's his base attack. It's an energy attack. It is range 4, does 6 dice damage. Gains energy for every damage done, and on a wild, he gives a poison or bleed special condition. He is a threat 4, so he is going to be a pain to deal with it for people. Or I'm sorry, he's threat 5. I read that wrong. All right, Crossbones, Merciless Merc. He's pretty solid. He's now a threat 3 instead of a threat 2. I do think they're going to be going to everything being a threat 3, no more threat 2s. There's the Red Skull, Master of the World. And we have Doc Ock, Sinister Scientist. He is the leader of the Sinister Six Spiderfoes. So that's actually really useful. He's got a good ability too. Once per turn, when target enemy, when an attack targets an allied character is resolved, if that character is not dazed, he gains 1 energy. In addition, this turn, if an ally suffers a damage from an enemy attack, after that attack resolves, you may remove 1 special condition of the following types: shock, slow, and incinerate. So he's really good. So that's going to be our bad guys so far. Now on to our heroes. We have normal Captain Marvel. She's a threat 5, pretty powerful. And she's got higher, further, faster. At the start of this character's activation, if she has 6 or more energy, transform her into Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger Binary, which is discard. She has all kinds of powerful attack, but the one note about her for Binary is that her base attack, her Binary Blast, does cost an energy, so that does kind of balance her out. But she also gives Incinerate on wilds on her best attack, on her base attack. And that is kind of nuts. Invincible Iron Man. He is a 4 threat. He is the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. Or not the... Well, he's a leader for S.H.I.E.L.D., not the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. But he's got a lot of special attacks. And, of course, when he damages opponent, he can actually push him away with his repulsor beams Mark II. Black Widow is quite a bit of an upgrade for her. She is a threat 4. And she is, quite a bit. And she still has her L movement, which is one of the few characters that gets a long movement. So that's really good. Spectacular Spider-Man. This is a threat 3 Peter Parker. He's not a leader. He does have the web slinger ability, which is really useful. I had to face that yesterday. It's quite good. If you ever faced the Amazing Spider-Man, he is ridiculously powerful. Guy actually confused me. Good job, artist. Because on his good side, he's hanging upside down. So he's really neat. Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, his leadership ability for the Avengers is different from his previous one. Once per turn, when an ally character makes an attack during dice modification, if there are 1 or more hit results in the attack roll, you may spend one power. If they do, change one of those results to any other results. So that helps you control your dice and allow you to get the wilds you need to get certain effects off. And our last character is the Winter Soldier Operative Bucky Barnes. He is really pretty good too. He's got a range 5, 5 dice base attack. Like I said, just really good. It's got the stealth, as you would expect for that character. Just a ton of great characters to get started with your collection. And of course, we also have our tactic cards, our mission cards, and then we have our grunt cards, which is the Ultron drones. They come in this box set. So, one of the newer mechanics is included in the starter set. It's really good. So anyway, my final thoughts on this set is that it is a fantastic set. It has everything you need to get 2 players going right off the bat. more terrain than most people even have in their collection, which if you've played miniature games for very long, the weakness of most everybody's collection is a lack of terrain within their sets. So you get this right out of the gate, enough people for, enough characters for everybody, for you and your friend to play. If you already have the original box set and you're like, well, I don't need more terrain, I don't need another Captain America, these are all new characters from the original box set. A lot more terrain than you got in the original box set. The gas station is a really cool terrain feature to add to your collection. And even if you haven't already, let me find them real quick. If you're trying to get a friend into it, you get a whole new set of measuring tools that you can donate to them to help them get started in the game. An extra dice set if you don't need an extra dice set. Anyway, for $150, there's not a better starter on the market. I think you should enjoy this set. I think your friends will enjoy this set. It's a great way to get people into the game. If they're fans of Marvel Comics, they're fans of Spider-Man, Captain America, any of those characters, this is a great set. Great way to maybe get your friends who are a little hesitant about getting into a miniature game into it. This is not as daunting a task as building a giant Warhammer army or a Star Wars Legion army or even a Flames of War army, which can cost quite a bit. I mean, literally, they could buy this box. They have enough to play 2 teams right out of the gates, and then they can add in, any of their favorite characters. They can add Beta Ray Bill. They can add Venom, Immortal Hulk, however you want to go, Miles Morales. Lots of options. It's a great game. The miniatures are fun to paint. They can be a little challenging on certain characters depending on the costume design that's used, but other costumes are really kind of easy. The Black Widow is not the hardest character to paint because her costume is 90% black with some metallics in her face and hair. So, Captain America, big challenge. But anyway, this set is great. If you are in the North Texas area, I keep it in stock, so you're able to pick it up here. You can order it online if you live somewhere far away, or if you have a local LGS. I highly recommend that if you're watching this video out, several states away from me, go to your local LGS. If they don't have it, see if they can get it in for you. Try to build up a community of the game, and they will love having people play a new miniature game in their location, and you will easily get fans involved in this because it is a skirmish level game. So I cannot recommend this game highly enough. It is a ton of fun. Like I said, I played a game yesterday. I lost by 1 whole point. We played all the way through 6 turns. It was just really great. It was Spider-Foes versus Avengers. And, Amazing Spider-Man, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is super tough and hard to deal with. He feels like a true Threat 5. Meanwhile, the tricks that I was running Spider-Foes, all the tricks and craziness that they can pull off is ridiculous. It was, really is challenging for my opponent to kind of stop me with some of the maneuverability of Kraven, and some of the, the hitting power that, surprisingly, that Vulture had. But, like I said, game is fantastic. Check it out. Recommend it to your friends. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.